Video's live or recording.
We're live?
The video recording.
Recording. I did almost click on start streaming, to be fair.
I've done that before. It's been real awkward. Like I
was in your stream and I'm like, where are you now?
No, like I almost clicked start streaming when I was trying to do a recording to check some settings. Like to make sure like my audio levels were good or whatever. And I was like, oh god, I almost clicked start streaming.
Welcome, challengers, to Battleground of the Gods, the longest running Smite podcast, episode 213. I am your host, Dep Nation, and joining me today we have Nevea03.
Hello. Today's video is brought to you by the letter D. D for Doges.
Yeah, and FroDoubleG.
Or D for Dobie, where you can save 10% off by using code FRO10. That's right, Fro sponsored now.
God. I didn't even plan that, but that was...
No, you didn't, but I'm like, that's solid, Nev. I'm going to roll with that. I'm going to roll
Or
with
D for Dep.
Or D for Dep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Or D for... Well, I think we end it there.
Okay.
D for corn.
This is...
D for corn.
Don't... Okay. What?
What?
It's better than corn for D, Nev. Let's just move the fuck on. Let's go, Dep.
Sure.
So we're doing a no show notes episode, and I always thought Dep was kind of joking, but we didn't put intro anywhere, and Dep is really just stumbling to get us to the intro.
Yeah. Big bot hours. Intro done. I introduced you guys games this week. Normally, flow of the episode. Nevea03. How do you like that transition?
Maybe we should have shown.
You know, it's too late now. This train's moving. It's picking up speed.
Choo choo.
Choo-choo, Nev.
So my diamond challenge for this very, very brief diamond... What do we have until June 1st or July 1st? July 1st? Is it July 1st or June 1st?
I think we said the 4th of July or something. I'll check right now. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay.
I'll check.
Oh, well, the stars aligned and I got Daji in an assault. Tell me why. Tell me
Your
why.
team's bad?
I went 11 and 12 as Daji. I went 11 and 12 as Daji, but Dep Nation was on this team with me as a Jingchen and was trying to out Jingchen the enemy Jingchen.
Which I did. I technically did out Xingchen him. They just had a better draft overall.
Yeah, they honestly, like, I set the stars aligned to where I could get Daji and, like, get some worshippers done, but the stars really aligned for the enemy team in this assault because they had Baba Yaga, who just got buffed. They had Ullr and Izanami, who just got buffed based off of items and hunters being really super good this patch. They got Cthulhu, and then they got Jingchen. We had Kleena, Jingchen, Cerberus, Danza, and Daji. So, you know, we only had one hunter.
And we didn't have a mage.
We didn't have a mage. And it was real rough out here. It was real rough out here. The Ullr was popping off. That Ullr was insane. Was just like 9-0 before we finally killed him. He finished the game 16-9. But really, I think the shining star would be the Izanami with that 20 kills that game. Although the Kleena on our team also had 21 kills. I don't know. I really thought when I saw the team comp, I was like, this game's not going to go very long. And it ended up going for 33 minutes. 33-minute assault game to start the stream the other night.
Listen, the Ullr had a real gamer word name. I'll have to share it with FroDoubleG in the chat here. Just because, you know, we don't want to dox people.
No.
I gotta check on my phone, so give me a second.
That's fine.
Where are you putting it? Where are you putting it?
Put just chat.
Oh, see, we don't put the numbers on it. Fucking senpai hentai, like, oh boy.
No, son of a bitch.
Well, we don't say the numbers, right? Now you can guess what the rest of the weeb numbers are. There's a lot of weeby ass
Um,
numbers out there.
I'm gonna need Frodo LG in post to just bleep right over that.
Brrr.
Oh,
The-
that's
You know what the bleep's gonna be? Senpai. Senpai.
Very next game, I get a Neath in Assault. I was like, oh, this is my game. This is my game. I go 6-2. We lose in 11 minutes. What happened there, Dep Nation?
Oh, which
What
one
happened
was
there?
this?
Very next game. I
I
went
need to
six
find
and
it.
2 as Neath. We had a full party at this point, so no excuse. No excuse. Oh wait, I see now. I see now. They had a Ganesh, Artemis, Eset, Persephone, and Danzaburo. So again, 2 hunters, 2 mages, and a guardian. We had a Tsukiyomi, Kuzumbo, Ratatasker, Uller, and Neath. We also had 2 hunters, but they out-huntered us, I think.
They out magic damaged us. Really.
Yeah.
It was the Persephone plants taking up the entire fucking lane.
Right. That's right. I forgot about the
Balanced
Persephone
God.
plants.
Balanced God.
But then I was like, we're gonna go play a slash. I want to play Chiron because
my
I
God.
know Chiron is gonna be better this patch. 9-0, baby. 9-0. 10-minute win.
That was a big surrender on their part.
That was a
Okay.
huge surrender.
Okay.
Like right at 10 minutes because we had pushed their right lane like to Titan at that point, or at least Phoenix, and we were walking up their left lane. And they're like, nah.
Yeah.
That was they had an RDO on the enemy team, and I was literally in progress with my ult to kill her, and they were like, surrender. And the best part was one person said no to the surrender.
Yeah. Yo, that was the what is it? F7 warrior right there.
It pops up, the enemy team has surrender, parentheses, 4 yes, 1 no. And I was like,
Yeah.
who on their team said no?
It's that person that's like, come on guys, late game, baby, late game. We got this.
So let's look at the team comp here on the enemy team. They had a Certanos, a Merlin, Artio, Tyr, and a Loki.
Are we gonna play the who said no? All right, let's do it. Let's do it, Nev. Let's do it, Nev. Who said no?
Who
All right,
said
let's.
no?
Here what are the gods again? What are the gods
All right,
again?
we got Cernunnos, who was 0-4, Merlin, who was 0-3, Artio, who was 1-3.
All right, could we do the names and the numbers separate, please?
Okay, sorry. All right.
No, you're fine.
Cernunnos,
Merlin.
Artio, Tyr, Loki. Who said no?
All right. So early game, I'll say Artio or Tyr, maybe, because they can kind of bully early. So what were the stat lines? Like, I want any of them positive.
No.
None positive. Artio and Loki both 1 kill. Those were their only kills.
They had 2 total kills on the team, whereas we had 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We had 17, and I was 9-0 as Kyra.
Any of them only like 0-3, 1-3?
0-3 was the Merlin, 1-3 was the Artio, 0-3
Artio.
was the Tyr.
Artio maybe
said
Tyr.
no?
Maybe Tyr.
Maybe
I
Tyr. feel like it was probably the Artio. The Artio looked like she was trying to hold everything together there.
All right. Yep.
Here's the thing. I think it was the Cernunos.
All
I
right.
think it was the 0-4 Cernunos?
That's gonna give us the in-game in-game
information.
feel.
I've got inside information.
Wait, you do?
Their Cernunos has a blocked profile.
Oh, hidden profile.
Hidden profile? That's a salty ass motherfucker right there.
Oh, he's coming in. Dep's coming in with a malicious intent.
Yeah.
That's solid. That's solid.
He was mad at his team, and yeah, it's either that or it's the Artio, because the Artio was on Xbox. 3 of the other people, PlayStation.
The console wars.
All right,
the console wars.
Yep, PlayStation people be salty bitches. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I think that night, that one stream, I think the shining moment of that stream was the Artemis game that I built crit, and USB had joined us, and was playing Charybdis and was trying to do the animosity build with Charybdis and was successful with this build because we won that game I think it was right after they built animosity or very shortly after because they were like, oh my god, I didn't get to finish my build.
Yeah.
But that was a very successful game. 15 minutes. I think that was also a surrender.
I did Fafnir things.
You did do Fafnir things because I locked into Artemis.
With 2 hunters, I'm like, oh, I got you guys.
Yeah.
Got the war flag, the talisman, and the shoguns.
And the shoguns. You need it.
Yep.
This is definitely a hunter
with
patch.
Silver Branch being good.
Mm-hmm.
Frontliners, the
really good.
best thing you can do
really
right now
good.
is buy those items again.
Yep.
Like, honestly.
Definitely a hunter patch. And don't sleep on your Gilded Arrow because that hasn't been nerfed yet, and that's insane right now. So, I only have like 1 or 2 more games I want to talk about, and then we'll move on from me. I did get Camazotz in Assault yesterday, and can we just talk about how Camazotz is absolutely busted in Assault? Or just maybe busted in general?
He's just busted, yeah.
Because I never really conceptually thought about the pools in Assault just being absolutely insane.
Oh, yeah. Before they had the orbs, Nev, Camazotz was like a sleeper, like, oh my god, I'm just not gonna die.
Yeah. No, I went 7-2 as Camazotz. We won that game in 15 minutes. And I think, I solo queued. This was at the very start of the Smite segment of the stream because I played a little Phasmo yesterday before I moved over to Smite. And so I was solo queuing for a couple of games. And so
oh my god,
I went in as a Camazotz. It was awesome.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But speaking as you as at streaming Smite, I thought you were done yesterday. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to squeak in a Saturday stream. I just had an opportunity to. And I was doing it, and then someone's like, "Yeah, Nev's over playing Smite." And I'm like, "Is she still streaming?" Like, fuck.
Like, yeah, no. So I'm doing a weekly schedule now, and I'm posting that in Discord and also on my Twitter. But yesterday's stream was to make up for me missing stream on Friday night for the community night, and so I was like, I'll start with like Spoopy Saturday, I'll do some Phasmo, and then I'll move over to Smite. So I put that on the schedule, but I don't think people saw that I also said Smite.
Yeah, well, you did that because I was hanging out a little bit when you started the Phasmo, right? And then you just started doing stuff around the house and got busy. But I streamed at they said that at 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, the fuck is she still streaming?
Wait, I wasn't streaming at 10.
I know. That was the whole thing. But the way they said it and they made it sound like you still were, and I'm like, fuck, my bad.
Oh.
Because I do try to, there's sometimes hey, Saturday's just a good day, But if I can, I try to avoid so we ain't overlapping. We've had this conversation before, but we've never said it on the podcast. But we do, Nev and I, a little bit try to not, stream over each other just because we share very similar viewer base for the most part. Although Nev's got her own viewer base, definitely for sure, that she's built up. But a lot of mine and her good chunkier core are the same people. So
yeah,
that'd be you wonderful challengers.
Yeah.
Also, remind me, we need to put our Twitch links in the description. I'm not sure if we do. I'm pretty sure we don't.
I don't think we do.
But we probably should.
I think we have links we have the Twitter handles.
Yeah, we have the Twitter handles, and in my bio I have a link tree, so it takes you to my Twitch, my Discord, my Nexus storefront, couple of my TikTok, which I haven't done a video in a while. I should probably
because you haven't accidentally surrendered a duel.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't accidentally surrendered a duel since then.
I found out Blaze got
TikTok.
TikTok.
I've got enough points. I'm gonna make you 1v1 me 3 times.
What? 3 times? What? You've stacked up that many?
No. Yeah. Dep. I got a better idea.
No.
What's that?
No.
Nev already knows where this is going.
No.
You got enough for 3 1v1s?
No.
3 co-hosts.
No.
No.
No. It's not funny.
No, not funny.
It's not funny. But yeah, that pretty much are the highlights of my week. It's definitely a hunter patch. I had a lot of fun playing some Chiron this week. And Camazotz is insanely broken on Assault. Fro, how was your week?
I've played so much Smite.
No.
Yeah.
Did you do some sailing this week at least?
I did do a decent amount of sailing.
We just
I
some
won't talk
sailing
a hell of a
before
lot on
recording.
sailing. I will talk about just one. I attempted to do some solo slooping, which I enjoy occasionally, right? But it is a little anxiety inducing sometimes.
Yes, it is.
But I went to. So by the way, solo slooping, for those who don't know, is I was literally just playing by myself. Well, I went to go park between these two islands that are close together. And I'm like, hell yeah, perfect spot. And I'm fighting some skeletons, and then a skeleton with a powder keg spawned right next to me in the ship and immediately blew up and then destroyed me in the ship. And I'm like, well, this was the end to my short little solo slooping adventure.
I'm so sorry. That's so frustrating when that happens.
It wasn't too bad, but I had like stopped and, you know, had raided like, what was it, like a shipwreck and found some gulls in the water, had a few skulls and other things like that, but it was like, oh well, 45 minutes down, it'd be like that. But
I did some solo just real quick. I did a solo sloop today before Depp got on, and I was just feeling adventurous, so I did a fortress by myself, no problem, easy clap. Got all the loot, got it all onto my ship, and I was on my way to go sell everything. Meg shows up. So I had to fight a Meg by myself. Nice. Not a problem. Now I'm a little low on cannonballs, but it is what it is. I finally make it to the outpost. I sell everything. I re-up my cannonball supply. I'm like, I'm going to go over to Steven's Spoils, which is a sea post where you can sell like your cooked fish and stuff like that. I just killed a Meg, so I've cooked up some Meg meat. I'm going over to Steven's Spoil. I leave the outpost. I'm like, I don't know, like
a
half a
stone's
minute.
throw.
Yeah, like a half a minute away from the outpost. Like, I'm not that far away from it. Kraken. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And Depp is like, I'm on my way. I just finished eating. I'm like, yeah, you need to get here because I'm fighting a Kraken by myself now. Killed the Kraken. And then finally Depp gets on. And I'm like, oh, thank God. I have no cannonballs left.
Ironically, considering like how much I've played with you guys and we've never had a storm. I think one storm. We've ran into one storm. Whenever I'm by myself, I get fucking storms galore. Like,
oh yeah,
left
like
and
three
right.
of them circling around you at all times.
Yeah, like literally fucking homing on you like fucking Donzel. But I had that happen. I literally spawned in, right? And this is when I was doing my solo sloop. Spawned in, left the island, was sailing for 30 seconds, and was in a fucking storm. And I'm like, are you shitting me?
Yep.
So I just said, fuck it, I'm just going to drop anchor. Right? I just dropped anchor because I was right by this one island, and I'm like, I'll just fucking go swim over there. But yeah, it was frustrating. Because then, like, I just always get hit with storms. Constantly.
Yeah.
Those are probably some of the most frustrating things because there's literally nothing you can do about them. You can't outrun them. Like, you... No. I mean, you can try to get out of them, but a lot of times, like, once you get in, you get spun around once, you're just kind of fucked, you know? You got to walk away from your steering wheel at all, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I did play some Smite this week. I was a little hesitant too, mainly because, well, I knew how this patch would be. Especially right after I said, hey, I'm going to switch to frontline. I'm going right back to hunters. Right back to hunters and mages. That lasted a grand total of 1 week. Pretty much so as soon as they announced that, you know, all the changes, I was like, all right, well, fuck, I'm not doing that anymore.
Freaking same.
Hunter's a little strong. Classic Conquest is, well, there's a reason why they changed it, right?
I didn't even try it. You gonna tell us about it?
No.
Oh.
And that's how much I enjoyed it.
Oh. Okay. Well done.
I just didn't have fun. I didn't enjoy. I mean, it was interesting. The matchmaking was shit. Depp and I did a match together. We went against 3. Were they grandmasters or masters?
So there was 3 masters, one of whom was a GM,
Okay,
and then there was
two
also a
masters.
diamond.
Yeah, on the enemy team.
Yeah.
With Stoff, Depp, myself, and 2 other fucking jack-offs, whoever they were.
Didn't matter.
He got destroyed. They were doing Giannis Apollo too, by the way.
Gross.
Yeah. There's
Which,
reasons.
with the size of those fucking walls,
Giannis
is disgusting.
Giannis strong. Yeah, and just running in a lot of that shit like usual. People got to cheese. I think the 2-3 matches I did play, I think I played 2 matches. It was cheese. I couldn't bring myself to do the 3rd one, and I had no way I was going to do up to 5.
Mm-mm.
You know, just like all the rest of the adventures, though, I could come on the very next day and play it, right?
This is not an adventure. I don't care what they say.
Oh,
it's
that's
not
right.
An adventure.
That's right. No, it's a MOTD.
Yeah, because it replaced Infinite Assault yesterday, which made me really upset.
Wait, they literally didn't have an MOTD yesterday?
Nope. It replaced Infinite Assault. I even before I started streaming Smite last night or yesterday, I went to my Thothbot channel to find out what the mode of the day was, because it was supposed to be Infinite Assault.
And it said get fucked.
Here's what it said. Putting it in the chat. It replaced Infinite Assault. For yesterday.
Yep.
It's an MOT. Okay. Okay.
Hey, guess what? If it takes the place of MOTD, it's not a fucking adventure.
Exactly. That's my issue.
Especially if it's only available for the one day. It literally checks every box for an MOTD.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or a glorified custom. Which, I mean,
just give us the map.
MOTDs are.
Just give us the map so we can never play it.
Yeah.
How many of you have done
nostalgia? And
how many of you have done a custom match with the Classic Joust map, since that's been an option? No, I've done it 0 times.
0 times.
Classic Joust?
Mm-hmm.
Classic Joust.
That's not true. We have.
I haven't done it since they put it back into customs. I haven't played on the you're confusing me with somebody else. I have not played the Classic Joust map since the event.
I think we've done a few just rotating through the Joust maps, but I've never gone out of my way to say, hey, let's play on the Classic Joust map. It's bad. It's bad. There's a reason why they redesigned it. It's bad.
We did 2 of them. That night we were doing all the different customs when we finally settled on how, 10k level 10 is kind of feels pretty good happy medium, right?
Yeah.
We did do 2 Classic Joust that night as we were rotating through all of them. You weren't there?
No. That's what I'm saying.
I could have fucking swore you were, Nev.
I have not played the Classic Joust map since the event when they brought it back.
Okay.
That was the
well. Then I guess I was confusing you, or confusing someone else for you then. But we played it twice and it wasn't that great. Well, I mean, we played a decent amount of the Chinese Joust map though.
Yes.
And a decent amount of
which they just kind of brought back as the main Joust map now.
Yeah, and now it's kind of like, well, hey, I want to go do the other one that you can actually like.
Like the Jade one's good. I don't know why they got rid of it. Essentially.
The only thing that I think a bit of the problem with the Jade map is they pulled so much off to the side where it's like, well, now the lane's kind of like, like you have to push it, but there's it needs to be a little bit more diamond shape, not triangle.
Yeah.
But whatever. Yeah.
All right.
So I don't remember what the fuck I was saying or where we were going with any of this stuff.
We got off on a tangent.
and I'm gonna blame it on no show notes. This is what happens, people. You asked for it. Actually, no one asked for it except for me. That's just because I like doing dumb decisions sometimes.
Stop asked for it.
Then Depp, feel free to talk then. How's your day? How was your week? Your day, your week?
You know, I wasn't here last week.
No.
And I've got some opinions.
You can tell us about your opinions?
I'm going to tell you about my opinions. Okay, so...
Are they hot takes?
The Conquest Siege Engine. I played some Conquest. I played some Conquest this past week. Not once have I seen the enemy team use the Siege Engine. Literally, there was like the enemy team got it like 2 times in a row. Mostly because we had a DC. But are we all right here? What just happened? I think Fro's getting some IRL aggro. That was attracting. Okay. So, the Siege Engines. Neat idea. Think that's cool. Way to shake things up. Haven't seen them used. Don't know if they're glitchy. I've had a DC every game, so we've been behind. Been taking some L's.
That's unfortunate.
The new system for getting the stacks? Shit, just give us Stealth Grass. And just have the sieges come up some other way. I don't know. Figure it out. I'm not a game designer. But the stealth pools are shit. They're shit. No one uses them. They just they get the stack and they get out.
It's very similar to the invis spots that they had originally, or not originally, but you know what I'm talking about.
When they initially tried it. Yeah, only this time they've tied the flower stacks to it or whatever. They're cups now. No one cares. Make the Siege Engine attainable some other way. There's that. I think is that the majority of the Conquest changes. And the map.
Yeah.
The map design. Neat. I guess. I don't know. The dual lane was the really only noticeable like visual change for me, personally. That I noticed, you know? I can't say as I took a whole lot of notice of other parts. I played in the solo, I played in the duo. Did not play mid or jungle, so with both games having a DC and surrenders being, you know, within the 15-minute mark, didn't get to explore much.
Cat.
Fro's playing with his cat.
Cat's bothering me. I'm sorry. He decided that it's lap time.
Gotcha. So that's my thoughts on the Conquest. As far as balance goes, you know, I've played a mage. Each time I've played a mage, felt like shit. In the solo lane, guess what? I was up against an AMC. Now, did I get the first blood against him playing Zhong Kui in the solo lane? Yes. Was that first blood at 8.5 minutes? Yes. They successfully slowed down the early game. Was giving everybody 40% more protections and health accurate? No. The reason why there's so many balance problems is because for the small amount of gold, you can have an additional 400 health and crazy fucking health regen. Wow. Sona Gaia. The amount of times I've seen Sona Gaia or Gauntlet of Thebes or like just a fucking health item on a god. First item is ridiculous. It's stupid how many times I've seen it.
I did want to talk about that too.
And
like the
guess what? Without being able to do damage, they could just keep rotating their abilities. It doesn't fucking matter if they do big damage or little damage, or if you take less damage or not. They're gonna out fucking HP 5 you.
The length of the early game is also noticeable outside of Conquest. I mean, it's been a while since I've had 30-minute long assault games, and I've had quite a few of them this week.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going back to my original thought process before this patch was announced. in saying that power and protections all just need to be nerfed by 30% across the board.
Well, they just
Maybe
gave
not
everybody
30%, that's
40%,
extreme.
so.
So revert it to back to normal and then nerf items. The item nerf is the thing that needs to change. Not gods. Which I know Riggs is change the gods champion. I think
Riggs
it's
not
a
here,
shit
by
change.
the way.
Riggs not here.
Riggs not here.
However many minutes in this is. I don't have show notes. I don't know where we're supposed to be.
We're
What does that
doing
have to do with
GameStop.
how long we've been recording?
You know? I'm just all over the place,
now.
Nev. I forgot the clap sync. I've got times written down. I'm like, okay, 10 minutes here, 1 minute for the intro, and it's all in the brain place.
Is it?
Not really. It's pretty empty in here. Okay. All right, so I think the change was wrong, and it's the power items. Slowing down the early game because people are killing after the first item. Well, guess what? That's starter and just like first item bloat. If you make it so that you need more items to be able to do more damage, as opposed to having one item and being able to do damage, here's your sign.
Really just here's your sinus.
I did. What do you think about that, Fro? What do you think about that?
Thanks, I hate it.
That's kind of how I feel about this patch. But after playing with Nev, we won some, we lost some. Went to go play with some other friends.
What, you don't like me anymore? You don't want to play any more Smite with me?
We took those L's.
Notice how he avoided the question?
Nev, you weren't streaming at the time, so I figured it was okay. If nobody's around to watch Nev, did the games actually happen?
Oh, true.
Oh, no.
True. That explains a lot, actually. That explains a lot.
After the DCs, like we surrendered, and then the person came back, and they were partied up with us. So like an extra feels bad where it's one of your people DCing. I hopped on over to Depth Town, and oh boy, my Depth Town matches were something. And they were slash for the most part. The slash matches, you could just start putting out some big numbers. I don't know what it is. I was doing so much work. I putting up the. I need to pull up Depth Town is what I need to do, because my alternate account at this point, because I feel like not a Smurf when you play it enough and you get the matchmaking high enough.
To be fair, Depp, smurfing is partly what some of this changes is to help prevent. I mean, not to prevent the smurfing, but to help deal with it, so newer players can understand why they're dying, or at least have a chance to respond.
Well, and I mean, like the other people, it was because the one person had deserter, right?
No, you're fine.
And so they were on then their main account that they switched to, and I'm like, oh, let's balance it back out. And matchmaking did hit us with the the win-loss, the 50%. But I was doing good damage. I think as Neath, I had a 70,000 damage slash match, which the enemy team was a party of 3 and a party of 2. All PC people, all above level 100. So, it's some stuff. But Classic Conquest, I think we already said, shit map. The whole getting multiple buffs thing is weird. Cool. The whole, like, there's no clear jungle pathing at all. So every match someone was somewhere else to do any. Yeah, you can't like cohesively move from one camp to the next. And it takes 30 seconds to get from one camp to the next.
Not to mention when you go, the pathing itself, it's so weird because I'd be like,
yeah,
the match I played with Depp, like, good. I'm gonna go cut him off, and I'm like running, like looking. I'm like, where the fuck is the exit? Oh, there it is. And I like turn and I look and I'm like, holy shit, I am so far away now. Like, god damn.
Yeah. Partied with Fro and Stoff. We did a match. Fro's like, yep, not for me. Left the party. Stoff and I queue one more because I want to get my participation chest. We then were joined by the party of 2 masters and a diamond. So to round out our team. Handily won that. Yeah, matchmaking's shit because there's just groups of 3, 4, 5 players queuing at a time. And if you're good, you're gonna queue together with other good people. And if you're shitters, you're gonna queue with other shitters. And when you're shitters getting matched against the good people, that's a big feels bad. So yeah, shit matchmaking, shit map. Like, there's a reason it was redesigned. If you want to give it to people, put it in custom modes for like 6 months and then get rid of it. Like, see how much it's actually used. But like, I mean, like, it's a whole file size thing, right? They want to keep Smite small. So, any other opinions from Depp? You know what? I'm sure I'll have more hot takes in the future. We can leave it at that for now.
When are you gonna do a hot take in general? Well, I guess your whole power thing. Like, that is a hot take.
Yeah, no, it's power. Cut the power. Cut the power, cut the protections from items. You shouldn't be able to cap both protections and build into pen in the game. I'm sorry. Just not. It shouldn't happen.
You know, my ADHD kicked in a little bit here. I was thinking something I didn't bring up during my games is that I got the game Jotun. That shit's pretty good today, Depp. I got the game Jotun because it's free on Epic, right? Or it was. It's no longer.
Okay.
If you don't have an Epic account, everybody, go get a fucking Epic account. They hand out a free game every month, like 2 games every month. Get it? Like, they're full-fledged games. Right now, Borderlands 3 is free. Like, just the whole thing. Just free.
Whole thing?
Yep, just go get it. I'll probably be playing that coming up, guys.
I ever played any Borderlands games.
Well, fuck you, Depp. We have other people who do. There's a hair on my microphone. Sorry, just the randomness. Just my ADHD, like I said, it kicked in.
No, you're right. The show notes keeps the ADHD away. Man, imagine that.
No, it doesn't. I still why do you think I just fucking go on tangents all the time?
You know what, though? Gonna go out of order here. I feel like we should announce a new community corner.
Whoa.
Right. Yeah. Gonna skip the main segment. Gonna save it for later.
I wanted to talk about this because, well, where was that one suggested? Suggestions?
There was a feedback suggestions probably.
Well, no, because this was one, but Fro added me for a different one.
Oh,
Sasquatch requested his be asked.
I wanted to kind of change this a little bit.
So, and inspired by Sasquatch. Community.
I gotta find it though. What channel is it in?
Yeah, where the fuck was that? Hold up. It's not in feedback and suggestions. Ideas and shit. Ideas and shit.
Oh, thank you.
From Sass, you are suddenly single and had to move in with a god. What god do you want for?
Wait.
I gotta scroll up.
What?
No. Maybe it's the Big Reds with the motorcycle club.
Reds. Wait. Oh, that one was an old one from February. You're suddenly single and had to move in with a god. What god do you want for your roommate? I thought we did that one, but apparently I'm misremembering. I thought we did that one.
I don't think we did.
Okay, well that's the new
this
community
is part
corner.
of the problem of having 200 plus episodes.
Yep.
We don't remember. Yeah, so
you know what?
I don't even remember
what we might have done the roommate one, but we haven't done the suddenly single.
Well, the suddenly single was like shit. You're out on your own.
You're out.
Got to get your shit together. You got to try to get your shit together, right?
Yeah.
All right. You're in a bad place. Need a rebound. Aphrodite. Boom.
No.
There. Everyone's.
See, I feel like we've done the roommate one before, but I could.
Yeah, I do really.
I think we have. I feel like we've done.
Well, then Nev, do a different one. Do the one you want to do. This is our fucking show.
Yeah.
Sassafras. Go back and look.
Sasquatch. I'm like 80% positive we've done a roommate community corner.
Talking to you, Sasquatch. Listen to the podcast. Yeah.
Oh well, you know what? We could actually make quick work of this.
Oh.
We have a search feature.
Oh.
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 What? What?
I'm searching the Discord.
Yeah, I'm searching the Discord to see.
For the show notes episode number. Depp, start vamping.
Oh man, show notes episodes. You know,
my
this
God.
is why
well, it's fuck it. It's fine. We'll do this as a community corner. You're suddenly single. You have to move in with a god. Who do you want for your roommate? Boom, done. Whatever. I'll look at it on my own.
Ship it. We'll do it again. Fuck.
All right. Yeah. You know what? It's been long enough. There's more gods in the game.
Yep.
I mean,
maybe you need some bro time and you want Gilgamesh because he drop kicks shit. The big vibe.
Okay, so I'm typing up the new community corner. You can change the topic now.
All right. Sounds great. We got the community corner coming out. Yeah. Now we need a main topic, which Depp's had his little hot takes. Is there like a looking forward to? Like, are we looking forward to anything in Spite? Are we
being able to kill squishies again?
I don't know.
I think we just did the looking forward to Smite in the week you weren't here, Depp.
Well, shit.
I was just like, we did just do that.
You know what? I could have listened to it, and I heard the looking forward to, and I'm like, oh, that's a good thing. We should do that when I'm there.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's exactly what we're looking forward to. That's exactly. Right. If you see that, if you would have read the show notes from 3 weeks ago.
Come at me, bro.
Oh, you know what? I think this sounds familiar because it was in the AMA, and I think we ran out of time.
Oh.
When we were doing the AMA. That's why it sounds familiar.
That may have been it. So we're asking it now.
Yeah.
Boom. Nailed it.
A-Stick can't be stopped. Man, guys, I'm real lost without these show notes.
Well, to be fair, we didn't really have a topic.
No.
And because we didn't really have a show notes. And part of it I think a lot of it was just going to be talking about how we kind of feel about how this patch feels, essentially.
Yeah.
And I don't like it, and I haven't really played much Smite because of it. So it's kind of one of those double-edged swords where it's like, I might wait a patch before I really be playing. It's actually kind of torn, too, because they sent us a bunch of codes on Friday, and I'm like, well, fuck. Like, if I have Smite codes to give away.
Also really quick on the codes this time, by the way. I feel like it was a lot quicker this time. Usually it's like 2 weeks before we get a code, and then this came the same week as the patch, so I thought that was interesting. But
more of the patch. So Slipknot's a thing. You know, like one of those you heard through a friend of a friend of a friend type thing. Apparently that person knows like 3 people that are coming back to Smite because of the Slipknot thing. Those are the only 3 people I've heard of that have come back to Smite because of the Slipknot thing.
We kind of touched on that last week where it was like, I kind of wanted, I don't obviously have the numbers or anything like that, but I was curious.
I'd
like,
be interested to see the numbers.
Exactly. How many people are coming back to Smite because of Slipknot? How many current Smite players are buying the Slipknot content? And how many people just don't give a shit? Like, that's kind of what I'm kind of curious about.
I mean, it's lousy that they did only 3 gods. I get, like, putting too many eggs into one basket, but if you make the basket small enough, you can only fit so many eggs.
All right.
God, Nation.
I need you to pick one of the two options. Do I need a better
analogy? Ears of corn. You can only put so many ears of corn into the basket if the basket isn't big enough.
Stop it.
No. See, what I need you to do is I need you to pick one of the two things instead of both. Either we admit that's a little limited. That's why it's only the 3 gods, right? Because doing all 9 would be really complicated, complex, etc., etc., etc. Right? Or instead,
I feel like you can still reuse color palettes to an extent, recolor certain skins, and then add a mask.
Well, okay. What I'm essentially getting at is you can't brag about look how different every single one of these is, while also turning around and restricting it to only 3 different gods.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you using the same animations.
Yeah.
Right? You can't tell me, you can't give me one while telling me the other.
You can't say, oh, we're coming out with 9 skins. When
I mean, you did.
There's 3 gods, and they all have the same effects.
Right. And I know. Yeah. I do. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad for Smite. It's not bad for Smite.
It's not great for Smite.
I just don't see it being a big boon.
Yeah. Well, that, and it's like the whole like copyright music thing. Like, you're going to appeal more to, I guess, the casual gamer than any like visible or viewer audience, right?
I mean, as a streamer, like as a content creator, you can't use the
skins.
Ones.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. You have to have the copyright music option turned off, and it kind of defeats the purpose of having a music themed skin as a content creator, because you will get copyright striked on YouTube and you will get a DMCA strike on Twitch.
So,
like, it was okay with Monstercat for Twitch because the way Twitch does their strikes is different than YouTube. On YouTube, as a content creator, the Monstercat was a no-go because they would just immediately strike your account. But on Twitch, because it was considered like a specific version of the song, you weren't getting copyright strict, I think, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. I just turned it off as soon as it came out because I was like, I don't want to chance it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's risky doing that sort of content. I can understand wanting to appeal to that audience. I'm still confused as to where all the Slipknot fans are in Smite. I haven't found them.
I've only seen one person use them so far.
Like I said, I've seen them in several games.
No, I've only seen one
people using them, but I just don't know how many of those are like, oh, new skins, gotta use them, or like, oh, it might be a skin booster. Are they using it? I don't know. You know,
I've seen the Poseidon one a few times and the Shock one once.
Seen the Shock one a couple times, Poseidon once. Haven't seen the Raijin.
And both, or in the one game where I had the Poseidon, both teams had a Poseidon. You can't tell their fucking abilities apart at all.
No.
Like, not a fucking bit. I got Krakened, like, by the end of the match, people weren't moving for Krakens. Nobody was just fucking holding still because you couldn't fucking tell whose Kraken it was, right? So, like, everyone, both of these passes must have fucking just loved no one getting out of their fucking abilities. So it's like, well, whatever.
Well,
Hey,
probably
got
because
knocked
a
up,
lot
you
of
got knocked
people
up.
have the copyright music off too.
Yeah, I can't hear it at all.
Oh, yeah.
I have not
I don't know
heard
when
a
the
single
ability's
one of
coming
these.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't heard
You want to
any of
talk
it.
about not being able to hear? Can we talk about the new Apollo skin? Because you can't hear anything on that Apollo skin. Anything. At all. Like, he ulted on top of my head. I didn't even hear him. He dashed into me. Didn't hear him.
Yep.
He mezzed me. Didn't hear him.
Yep. It's shit. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's pretty unfortunate.
Like, it's very rare that I have a patch that I'm just like meh, like just not a huge fan of pretty much anything that's happening in this patch. The only thing that I really like in this patch is that I get to play Chiron. Chiron's good again. Yay.
Yeah. In the few games I've played a hunter, it's like, oh, I feel powerful. Like, and Ao Kwang got the jump on me as I was Medusa, and I managed to kill him.
Somehow the hunter mains will still find a way to complain. I feel it. I can feel it.
I mean, there's no leg for them to stand on right now. There's not. Hunters are real. Like I said, Neath game, 70,000 damage in Slash. Ridiculous. Shouldn't have happened. I soloed the AMC in solo lane as Zhang Kui at 8.5 minutes. Granted, I had like a fully stacked Warlock staff and Gem of Iso at that point, but you know, it was close, but also I don't know. It's just the fact that you're playing a hunter in the solo lane in the first place. Shouldn't be happening. I don't care how great. It just shows that itemization for warriors, which Hi-Rez prefers to be in the solo lane or support roles, mostly solo lane. The itemization is shit that they're not there. That everything but hunters are in the solo lane.
It's not just the itemization for solo lane. It's exactly what Riggs was talking about last week, where it's not just the itemization. It's them also making the minions tankier.
Yeah.
And reducing their damaging abilities. So not only are their abilities reduced damage, their items are also reduced damage, and the minions are tankier, so it makes it harder to clear wave, which makes it harder for you to gain gold, which makes you harder to buy new items in order to be participating into the team fights when you need to be.
Riggs and I last week literally said that you're gonna need to be an AA god.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess me and him should have went one step further and just said a hunter. We kind of thought like maybe Bellona, Osiris.
The amount of Izanami I've seen.
Hunters.
It's gonna be hunters or bruisery type mages like Zhang Kui that you're gonna see over there.
And that's why I picked him.
Yep.
Because he was, he gets those free prots through his bag or whatever.
The neighbors are mowing, so it might be a little loud here.
Okay. Well, you got that noise gate, right, Fro?
Mm-hmm.
we could also maybe kind of start winding down, maybe.
One more thing.
One more topic? All right.
One more thing. I just want to bring it up.
Oh, I'm ready. The thank yous. Haha.
Not quite. I think there's been there hasn't been a single game in the past 2 weeks where I haven't been queued with someone. Like I've sat on the Smite menu refusing to play if someone hasn't been there. I don't think I would have played as much Smite if I hadn't been in a party playing with people. And usually when people started to leave the party, I stopped playing as well. So if that's like it's not a game that I would want to pick up and play in the evening anymore. You know? Like by myself, solo queuing a game. Because I know previously it's like, oh, I solo queued again. Here's my adventures. And now it's I don't know. If every game's taking 10, 15 more minutes, you're kind of locked in for that time. You can't just get up and walk away from it.
No, I mean that's what I was saying earlier. It's like
with the shorter games.
Average assault time for me this week was 30 minutes, and usually it used to be like 15 to 20. So it's, you could definitely feel that across the board, not just Conquest. And I know that they do these changes specifically for Conquest, but it is a ripple effect into the other modes as well.
Into the other mode. Well, and I think they even addressed that they want it to be changed for other modes too in the patch notes show. Am I crazy? Am I imagining?
I'm with you though, Depp. I don't want to do a fucking 40-minute slash. Like, the slashes I played earlier were long ones. I think we did get one 25-minute slash, which is all right. The slash should be 25 to or should be 20 to 30.
Yeah.
Right? 30 on the long end, 20 on the short end. Actually, 20 probably closer to the average, but 25 not being unreasonable, right?
There needs to be a way to work it so that slowing down the early game doesn't slow down the entire game. You know what I mean? And I think making everybody tankier has slowed down the entire game. I don't know.
We'll have to see. That's also kind of partly why I feel like we didn't really need show notes and why I'm alright with this being a shorter episode, because it's kind of I don't know. We got to feel it out more. We got to see. Right now it seems this is what it seems like, but
it's sounding a little bit like, will we see? I don't know.
I mean, I'm not gonna fucking quit playing Smite because one bad patch.
No, I'll still keep playing it, but I don't know. You know, it's like when I was listening to VD2, I liked hearing about, their exciting plays and how much fun they were having. And I'm not having as much fun. 8.5 minutes for a First Blood in Conquest.
Oh, it took me a straight almost 10 minutes for a First Blood and an Assault the other day. Yeah. And it's not even just that people are tankier and that they're healthier and they have more prots and all that bullshit. It's also, and this could just be that they need to change the Assault map, which I've been kind of rooting for a little bit here. At least changing how Assault works, because it's going back into the turtle meta.
Yeah, and so
both teams are kind of just standing under their towers and looking
So here's
at
the
each
thing. They put the orbs in so that teams could sustain better. Since every character has better their health now, health and protections, take the orbs away again, right? I don't know.
I would like to argue for the orbs in a different spot. I think the map itself could be tweaked.
Okay. Where do you think? Where are you putting the orbs, bro?
So you know how it comes it's like a Z a bit, right?
Yeah.
And then the tower's right there. So this is the lane coming in. Let's pretend this is the tower, right? And then you got the straight shot up to the enemy tower.
Okay.
Small little side room, right there, to actively, so the enemy can see you going in, and they will have to dive tower, right? But then you are also kind of putting yourself in a little bit of a bad spot to get it. So it's whereas the one where it's at right now, well, you're in between two towers. You're not really in a bad spot to get that.
So make it a separate siegeable spot, but if the enemy team wants to use it, they have to put themselves in a risky position. Solid.
Yeah, it'd be easier to show, if I had something to write it down, but yeah, just the way they get their orbs, you can't contest orbs, right?
No,
you can't contest them at all.
Not even so. The half moon one's a little contestable. The crescent of courage.
Yeah, okay, right. That one is. The mid one, I guess, could, but that's kind of just whoever has pressure.
No, that's whoever has pressure, right? If you put it the crescent, take out the mid one, and I'd almost say move the one behind the towers further back. Just make it so much more inconvenient to get to.
Well, see, that's why I'm make it more inconvenient by imagine it where its location is now, right? But at a separate spot that's a dead end path, so you can literally get trapped in there. Oh fuck me, what do I do? A cuckoo dropped a tornado in my only path out as I have a fucking whoever staring at my face, right? So it can actually be punishable to go for it at a bad time, yet still relatively safe, where it's like, all right, it's still, we can go get this without having to worry too much. But that would require actual map changes, or turn the orbs into not just something you can grab real quick. Maybe keep the mid orb as something you can grab real quick, maybe one of the back ones. I don't know. It could be argued both ways, but maybe turn them into
on a longer timer too.
We'll make them a fucking scorpion.
Heal less. Make them heal less. Make them.
We have a healing camp that requires a certain amount of damage and a certain amount of auto attacks. It's called the Scorpions, right?
The old Conquest Scorpions, where then you have to stay in the area to get the heals.
You have to stay in the area to hit the heals.
That would be interesting.
You have to do a certain amount of damage. So it's like burst mages still have their part. You have to do a certain amount of auto. So like hunters still have a bit of their part they can contribute to, or non-hunters, whoever. And it can't just be easily picked up, and it kind of has to be contested, right? That can be contested just in the nature of what it is. So maybe put those in the neutral spots. Maybe put those in the back spot. I don't fucking know. Like there are options we could do. Definitely. Yep. I don't.
And if they want to remove, like, just remove any experience from it. Experience and gold.
Yeah.
For the assault men to keep it,
even
like,
if
quote unquote balanced.
Is experience and gold, what the fuck ever. Dude, it cannot be that much. It's seriously, the orbs spawn every 2 minutes. Orbs spawn they spawn at the first minute, and then they spawn every 2 minutes after that. So we'll assume it's a 19-minute match. Whoops. So that's like, what, 9 spawns, right? I'm not doing the math to make sure I'm proper on it, whatever. I'm going to say it's 9 spawns. We'll assume it gives the same XP as a brute minion. Ooh, you got a wave and a half of brute minion XP and gold. Yeah. I don't fucking care. That split amongst 5 people is not shit. Even if one person gets it, oh man, he has a half a level on everybody.
Right. Fair enough.
He can afford a chalice now. Oh man. Between the team, they can all get one extra pot.
That's okay, because the assault's lasting another 15 minutes beyond that.
Yeah, maybe that chalice is pretty strong. Hold up, that might be a little OP.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. There definitely are options though. I'm just not. I'm not a fan of this meta. I'm not feeling it. Depp brought up a lot of good points. Like it's hard to like. I don't want to do a 40-minute slash game after work. Right. I want to come in and be 20 minutes of dumbass. That's what I am. Like I don't know. Especially when it's I'm okay with matches going longer if some objectives are a little more difficult to like finish off, right? But the way they did this, when you make it longer while also killing the early game, or I guess I can't say killing the early game, slowing it down, making there be less kills in the early game, it just gives it a bit of a slog feel, right? Because it's slow to get going, and once you get going, it's like riding a fucking moped, right? Like it takes me a second to get up to 35, and once I'm there, I'm cruising right along, but I'm not gonna hop on the highway because I can only go 35. So, I mean, it's better than walking.
Yeah,
it's just very unfortunate. The game. I know snowballs can be bad.
Yeah,
all that, but
I saw something interesting, and I'm not sure how it would translate to Smite, but it was a League of Legends video, and it was the first towers having a different mechanic to them. Like I think the guy in the video called it like armor plates. And I'm like,
I remember you talking about this a long time ago. You wanted this. I think you wanted like a year and a half ago.
I'm trying to think of how that would like translate to Smite, and the only thing I could think is like a smaller health bar out front where like it has some sort of like
put a fucking wall around it.
Well, like block stacks.
Put a wall around it.
No, like a block stack where you have to knock this off before you can like actually start damaging the tower.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. Like visually, that's what it could be.
Yeah,
or I mean, mechanically, that's what it could be. But visually, just
right.
put a fucking wall around it. Like it doesn't. Or you could do just like, I think I know the mechanic you're talking about. It's literally just like glowing shields that go around the tower. Yeah, and then have the shields break, and then they can visually represent how much is left, etc. Yeah, I'm all for it. That would be another good alternative to slow it down. Yeah. And why every shield that's up, the tower hits a little harder. You know what I mean?
Well,
or vice versa, or however.
Only have it be for the first tower.
Yeah.
You don't need it on the subsequent towers, because after that first tower goes down, you're already so far into the game.
Right. Well, I was just saying like how they also wanted to make sure that the first tower's still threatening. You could have it while, for every one of those that goes down, the tower, hits a little bit harder.
Right.
Or vice versa, however they decide would be better.
Yeah.
I think they'd probably want it to hit harder when those go down until.
Well, just have it
or who knows?
Be the
I don't
same
know.
String. Yeah.
I was just saying, like,
just have the first tower be stronger.
Yeah, the first tower would be stronger than like.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to think because they do have it where the towers are different strengths.
Right. I don't know if the
there's a lot of options.
Much. So here's the thing. First and second tower, same strength, both very strong. First tower, give it plates to make it last longer in the early game.
Yeah. Yeah. Second towers are easier to defend. They're closer to your base and usually more grouped up when you go to defend them. So, yeah, I'm with it. Why they got to be different.
Yeah. All towers the same.
You got
first towers, armor plates. All right. All right, now let's cleverly make this Nevea 03's idea, and then elect her Olympian, and then she can get all the credit.
Yep, she wants to do that. She wants to change the assault map.
Yep, she wants to do that.
She already brought us custom game modes.
Yep.
She's also muted and probably stepped away. I can't see because I got all the thank yous ready and the other thing up, so I can't check my Discord whether or not she said that. So I'm going to assume she has, but until then, we're going to pretend like she hasn't.
Oh, no, and we're definitely campaigning for her here. What else does Nev want, Fro? What else? You know what? She wants more cleave autos in the game. I think that's a very easily campaignable point. Sir Cat got a cleave auto. We already had one host champion, Athena, getting a cleave auto.
Yep. It's about time that
giving everybody cleaves.
Yep, it's about time that Nox got the cleave auto she deserves.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Are you guys doing this because I went AFK?
Maybe.
Possibly. We're going over the things that Nev might be championing, all the causes.
Championing for
I wasn't even here to defend myself. That's all.
It started off
campaign
great.
Campaign points for your 2023 Olympian.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yep. So far, you brought us, like we're saying, you brought us custom game modes, right? So, which was great. You want, what was Step saying? You want armor-plated shields for the front towers, so they're actually useful. And then what did I say?
For the first two towers to be the same strength.
Yep.
So preferably just the same strength as the T2 tower is before this current patch. Because I feel like the diving a T2 before this current patch was significantly more detrimental than diving the T1, right? We can agree on that.
Yes.
So yeah, I was just thinking of different ways that I was thinking of ways to fix the current Smite patch, which is nerf the power and protections, revert the change of just giving everybody more health and protections, and change up the the towers because they do want the towers to be more threatening. I can understand that.
And
Slowing
that's
down
fine. I was okay
Yeah.
with that, and I was okay with them making the Jug and Slash tankier and doing
Here's
more
the thing.
damage.
The
I
Jug
was
and
okay with that.
Slash already slaps. It does a fuck ton of damage. Also, that whole health bar thing, that felt more like a feature than a bug. The whole like being able to leash it, and because then it could be a bait. It could be a bait for like encouraging the enemy team to come in and dive it. But
Mhm.
now it's just whoever has a full team there. You know, it's not. It's less cool. Revert to the bug.
Bring the bug back.
Bring the bug back. It was a neat feature. And there's a chance it could be a neat feature for other modes too. Not just Slash. So make it part of an objective to get that siege engine that the new Conquest map has. Who knows? All right. I'm all out of I'm running out of gas. I don't know. I don't have the show notes.
I think
kind
we
of just
can
flying
do
by the
thank
seat of my
yous.
pants. We can
I-
have Fro
I-
thank everybody,
Yep,
maybe.
Yep.
All
You
right,
know.
so thank you to Sadons for doing our wonderful thumbnails. We are having a bit of an issue with it right now as he's in Romania.
Just gonna dox him like that. No, I'm kidding.
Go fucking find him. Good luck pronouncing the name of the city. Thank you to Rajan Kajan, who's always done a lot of our artwork.
I
Very
swear
nice.
you just keep mumbling it more and more each time.
Rajan
Rajan
yeah. Tip your artist.
Tip your artist, yeah.
And thank you to all of our wonderful patrons that help us improve our podcast and our Discord. Full disclosure, we are buying a year Nitro for every single one of the hosts, and we're going to take our boost that we get and boost our server. So we're going to have that good old 1080p streaming. We're going to have good high quality audio on all of our Discord channels, and it's going to be great. I don't know why we haven't thought about doing this until now, but we're doing it now. So there's that.
Yeah.
Downside, it is a little pricey, but it's also a year for all of us and all the
and
boosts
it'll
and
improve the
so-
quality of everyone in the Discord too.
Yeah,
So if you
and-
want to come into the Discord, there's a link in the description of this episode. Stop on by, have a good time.
Definitely. But yes, thank you to Aereo Steel, Asbestos Dog, Weatherman, Keith, Jade Flagon, Baseball, Griff, Danny Boy, Bombi, Caveman, Neo, Coffin Monkey, CDR Litz, Gilly, Snorlax, Weatherman, Audio, Surrember, K Brojo, Famous Freak, Stoffmeister, Backlash, Sadons, Dr. Godfucker, Lantern, Reese, Warlord, Yo, Batskid, Ecodunk, Doc, Necro, Otter Joe, Riggs, Dracon, Glenwiggle, Granite Boys, Camelhoss, Void vs. Void, Endbright, Scion, Gemini, Batman, Sandman, Aquasoft, Kilowatt Man, I'm a Hater, Mr. Man, Colorado, and the Big Red. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very,
Thank
very
you
much.
guys.
Fucking
Serious
nailed it this
dragons.
week.
Right? Didn't hear a single pause.
Nope.
You did it.
We did it, Reddit.
So Fro's
also,
got a
before we go-
sponsor. If White Claw wants to sponsor me, I don't
Yeah.
stream, but I will drink.
Good shit, yep. Yeah, that was one last thing I wanted to talk. At the Nexus store, everyone use Nev's code. Use Nev's,
Yeah.
Nev's link. I'm gonna make sure to put that in the description from here on out too.
Yeah. It's just a friendly reminder that if you do use the Nexus link to my storefront, it is for PC only. It is for PC only, and when you do
Yes.
get the codes, there is a limited amount of time for you to use them. It will tell you that when you check out as well, the time limit on them. But the gym sale is going on until the 30th of this month. So if you are interested in taking a part of that discount, come check out my link, nexus.gg/Nevea03.
But here's the thing, even if you have an Xbox, you can download the game on PC, buy it through the Nexus store, buy the skins on your PC, and then use them on your Xbox. You cannot with PlayStation. I'm sorry.
Fuck you, Sony. But yes, that is a good workaround if you wanted to support your girl and had nice.
If you want to support Nev, you can do that.
And one last one. No troll this time, really. You can use code FRO10 at w.gg. They're essentially an energy drink company, like the energy mix.
Oh, I could use some energy.
They're no artificial flavoring, 0 sugar, 0 calorie, all that good stuff. Check them out. Use my code, save 10%. Woohoo!
How do you use that? What's the place again?
W.gg.
D-U-B-B-I-E?
D-U-B-B-Y. W.
There we go. See, I would have spelled it wrong. I would have never got my 10% off.
There. Well, you got to use FRO10 for 10% off. But anyways, links will be in the description. So, get us out of here, Depp.
I will see you on the other side of not Classic Conquest.
Fuck that. Goodbye.
Goodbye.